You, my friend, are crossing over to the dark side.
I resent that.
You shouldn't. It's sexy.
It's Sunday morning on CBS, and here again is Charles Osgood.
Simon Baker played opposite Anne Hathaway in the 2006 fashion industry sent up The Devil Wears Prada. These days, he's on TV each week playing a role that seems to wear very well on him. Rita Braver has a Sunday profile.
I hit the clothes store.
Watching Simon Baker on the set of his hit TV show, The Mentalist, you'd never know that he plays a character who is haunted by his past.
It's not quite homicidal. There's something. Were you cheating on him?
No.
Not while he was alive, but now, yes. That's it.
He's Patrick Jane, a phony psychic who went on television to announce he profiled a notorious serial killer.
The police asked me to try and get a psychic fix on him to see if I could get a sense of who this man is.
The enraged killer murders Jane's wife and daughter. Chastened and ashamed, Jane becomes a consultant to California crime investigators. While he doesn't have paranormal powers, he has honed some special skills. A knack for observing human behavior,
Excuse me? She's cheating.
and ability to smoke out lies in a brash style.
I mean, let's be honest here. You're a con man. I mean, you're very charming, you're very good at it, but you're just a con man. And you could no more help me than you can fly to the moon.
What makes Patrick Jane so popular with critics and fans
Don't even start. I'm still angry.
I'm sorry.
No, you're not.
is how cocky and quirky he is, both annoying and charming.
A frog? Well, this makes everything better, doesn't it?
I've always been a pretty shy person, and to play a character like this was an enormous sort of challenge for me, to play a character that's so verbose and also so confident at times. It's such bravado. The charming thing, that's easy.
I can tell.
I kid you.
Baker was born on the Australian island of Tasmania and grew up on the coast of New South Wales. He's proud of his working-class background, but says he had a difficult childhood.
Strong, dominant stepfather that I never saw eye to eye with, and in a lot of ways a repressed mother because of it. It gave me something to sort of rebel against and to find myself.
His outlet was surfing, a passion he still pursues today, but he harbored a secret dream of becoming an actor.
It's the kind of thing that would have gotten laughed at.
In your family?
In my family and also sort of where I'm from. You want to be an actor? Yeah, me too. I want to fly to the moon. Go and move that pile of bricks over there to over there. That was sort of the mentality.
After high school, he moved to Sydney and literally worked his way into brief background appearances like this in music videos.
I met the guy that was sort of directing them, and I ran around and, if he needed props, I'd run and go and get them. We need smoke, so okay, I'll build a little fire in the corner of the studio and fan it. I was just involved, and they go, okay, Simon, jump up and get in there. We need another person.
All that led to a series of parts on Australian TV shows. Baker was doing well, but the Americans he ran into over the years fascinated him.
I like the Americans for a lot of reasons, and I think it was because I was shy and they weren't. And they weren't afraid to say what they felt. And if you did something good or felt good about something, they're like, good for you, man, good for you. We wouldn't do that really. It's just like, oh, yeah, okay, don't get too big for your boots. It's just a different cultural thing. And so I took a shine to that, and I thought, I need to go to that place.
So in 1995, he decided to try his luck in L.A. It must have felt a little bit like a different planet to you for a while.
Yeah, it did, but like any place that you go, you figure out what it is that makes the place tick.
He figured it out enough to land a small role in the acclaimed 1997 film, L.A. Confidential.
Hey, you know me, I'm keeping the streets safe, boys. All right, take these two and get them dressed and book them.
And I thought, well, this is fun. That's what being in a movie's like. Then I did like 3 films that never saw the light of day straight afterwards, and it's like, you come crashing down. That's what I like about it. It's always a bit of a crapshoot. Christian Thompson.
Perhaps his best-known role was playing a smooth-talking writer in The Devil Wears Prada.
I reviewed your collection of essays for my college newspaper.
Did you mention my good looks, my killer charm?
But at age 42, he says it's the type of role he gets offered too frequently.
He's a sort of good-looking guy that's maybe a little vacuous. Baby, it's done.
I'm not your baby.
This is why I kind of like getting older. You know what I mean?
You think you're not going to be as good looking when you get older?
Well, it just takes the pressure off. At least an older guy's going to be a little bit more complicated because I am complicated.
Off-screen, Baker has been married to actress Rebecca Riggs since 1998.
She's very cool. But I'd never met anyone as brash as her ever in my life.
Is that what attracted you to her?
It's what intrigued me. And then, you know, like most people, you scratch through the surface and you see a lot more colors.
He is a devoted father to their 3 children. You've also managed very successfully to be a family man.
Well, that's been kind of the first thing I wanted to be good at.
Why did that matter so much?
Well, because I was from not a great.
So you wanted to create a happy family. Yeah. Baker is also part of a family of Australian entertainers who have made it here in the U.S. Nicole Kidman is godmother to one of his sons, and she and husband Keith Urban serenaded Baker and his wife at a dinner honoring Baker in L.A. a while back.
Give it up for Simon Baker. A guy's guy, a girl's heartbreaker. He never would betray you. Of course he wouldn't, he's from Australia.
I was incredibly blown away with their gregariousness, the fact that they got up and did that for me. George Cloud,
But he acknowledges that before The Mentalist, he was not in the same league with some of his fellow Australians.
Obviously, you're expecting someone else.
He's been in some 20 films, including Margin Call, where he played an unscrupulous executive.
There are $8 trillion of paper around the world relying on that equation.
Well, we were wrong.
No, you mean you were wrong.
He also starred in 2 other CBS TV shows, Smith and The Guardian.
You all right?
Neither a big hit. Oh. So did you think at this point, well, I'm going to be a good actor, I'm going to get parts, but I'm not going to really be a big star?
I just thought that I'd be a working actor, and as long as I can pay the bills, I'll be fine.
But one person who believed he could be a star was CBS president and CEO Leslie Moonves. And he thought The Mentalist was just the right part for Baker.
I went and saw him in his office, and he just said, look, I just wanted to say congratulations, and I told you so, he said. And he said, and I'm glad it happened on my network. Now get out of here.
But even with The Mentalist just renewed for a 5th season and his star on the rise, that's not what matters most to Simon Baker. He says there's one role more important than any he'll ever play on screen.
And all this stuff is great, but at the end of the day, being a parent, that's head and shoulders above it all.